Something is missing, but what? This was a question I had for many a months, and it felt like ages, right? In entrepreneurship time, but really it was many a months, right? Something is missing, but what is missing? Back and forth I went with different ideas, different thoughts. There was doubt, there was imposter syndrome, there was shiny object syndrome. What is not working? I don't understand, right? And unfortunately, what ended up happening, right, with that was really just a bunch of wasted, just lots of investments were made. Let me put it that way. Lots of investments were made into this program and this ad and then this webinar, this masterclass, event after this, event after event. I spent over 6 figures on programs alone, right, for my business, searching and experimenting, trying to go back to that question of something is missing, but what? And the thing is, I had no business experimenting with some of the things that I tried online. But I tried every online thing imaginable. And it was the great things that now I have the experience to share with my clients. But essentially, it was in that moment, it was just trying to really answer that question of something is missing, but what is missing? Right. And I couldn't quite understand. And each time I would try something, I would fail, get back on the wagon or the horse, right? Get back in the race. And I'll be like, hey, but money is coming, but it's not really where it needs to be. So something is missing, but what? What is happening or what is not happening? Right. And I remember there was a week of time, essentially it was 8 days, where 8 nights, where I just went to bed, just sleeping, crying. I went to bed crying myself to sleep 8 nights in a row, right? Couldn't do it during the day. I was like, let me show a brave face during the daytime for the team, right? And then at nighttime, I'll be like, oh my goodness. And just cry myself to sleep 8 nights in a row, 8 nights in a row. And I did not receive 5 golden rings on the 5th day. I did not. It was before the holidays, but essentially it was 8 nights of tears. And there were thoughts of, okay, maybe I should quit. Maybe it's time for me to exit. Maybe, like the business has reached some sort of point, but maybe now it's just time to stop, right? It must be time to stop because it's no longer growing. It's like it's grown and now it's plateaued. It's stagnant, right? No longer growing. So maybe it must be time for me to stop. Right. And it was one of those things out of those tears. It was one of those things where maybe you've been in a situation for yourself and you think to yourself, like, oh my goodness, I don't get it. Like, it's just things have just stopped. It seems like things have stopped. Like, maybe you're in a place where maybe you're a business, you are making sales, but you've tried all the things and it's like the growth has sort of stopped. Right. Not that it's bad. Your revenue may not be bad, but it's just like it's not where it could be. And it's been the same place maybe for 6 months too long or 3 years or whatever it may be, right? Or maybe it's been a place where your business was going well and then it just like crash and burn. It's just down. Now it's on the downhill, no longer on the uphill climb. It's on the downhill. You keep trying things, and what's missing? You're like, something is missing, but what? But it was out of those tears and a lot of those thoughts that essentially I was just tired of going back and forth, right? It was from those tears I was just like, I have had enough. Like, I have had enough of just going back and forth, this whole roller coaster. I was just like, what is going on here? Like, something is not happening. And it was in those moments on the 8th night. I woke up from the 8th night essentially, and it was the 8th night I was crying, and then essentially it was like the ninth day, so to speak, essentially when I woke up, the 9th day when I woke up from that 8th night. And I remember thinking to myself, like, wait a second, I've achieved so much in life. Maybe you've been in a situation, right? If you're a high achieving, ambitious person, that I've achieved so much in life to get to where I am today. And for me, it was like achieve stuff despite the odds to get to where I am today. Like, and I entered entrepreneurship, and like problem solving is my bread and butter, and it's been all my life. And I said, okay, what if I applied that same natural technique to my actual business, right? Because it was wrong. And we got to put this aside here, wrong, right? Wrong refers to, no, it is not time for you to quit, right? It's time for you to think about something different, think about something new. So for me, it was thinking through and looking at what if I applied those sort of life problem solving things into my actual business, right? What would actually happen? And that is then what changed the game for me. So we're going to go through this tonight in tonight's episode of Entrepreneurship is a Marathon, how to unstuck your income. Because with the business revival method, which is a method that I essentially practice for myself, and I've taught many dozens of clients thus far, it's allowed me to continue my impact in empowering and equipping ambitious solopreneurs to keep moving forward on their vision, but also to increase my income in the same way. Impact and income, folks. That's what business is about, impact and income. At least that's what change makers businesses are about, right? Impact and income. And through that, I've been able to accomplish so much. As you already know, all this stuff here, I'm approaching 400 episodes, guys. I'm so excited. I just realized that today. I'm approaching 400 episodes really soon. Entrepreneurship is a marathon, right? And complete over 80 speaking engagements, 90 thus far right now. And have an online community and have all of you watching, etc. as well too. And extremely grateful, right, for that. And it was with the business survival method I've been able to grow my business to this point. And I've mentioned all this other stuff prior because I think a lot of people you see the bullet points here, but you don't see all the other slides prior, right? You don't hear about the tiers, you don't see the tiers, all that jazz, right? And so I'm here to tell you that essentially, yes, you are in the space where maybe you are stuck. Maybe you have been in a place in your business where you're thinking to yourself, maybe it's time to quit on the business, or maybe you're just unknown. But the thing is that if you're like me, or in terms of how you started your business, for me, I started my business. I remember it was an epiphany moment for me. My business started, Your Vision's catalyst started from an epiphany. I woke up on a Sunday morning in Oakland, California, and Your Vision's catalyst was born, right? There was no prior name to Your Vision's catalyst. There was stage 1 of Vision's catalyst, and now stage 2, literally Your Vision's catalyst was all written out in a 3 hours, trance state on a Sunday morning in Oakland, California, right? It was typed out. And so for me, I knew that, okay, this is clearly what I'm meant to do, right? I had this aha, I was given this epiphany for some reason. And so for me, it was no, there's no quitting on this business, right? And it's a matter of looking at how to make that impact of income and how to continue those sales growing. And so out of those tiers came the business revival method, which I'm gonna go with you here tonight to help you unstuck your income, right? And but aside from all these bullet points, right, at the end of the day, what's really this method, the beauty and power of this method is that it's allowed me no more flip-flopping, right? There's nothing missing in my business, right? I'm at a place where nothing is missing. What are you talking about? Right? Business is growing. This year alone, I have people messaging me about working with me, right? And not just any people, not just people, but people I actually want to work with, people whose businesses make sense, right? People whose businesses are worth me supporting and worth me investing my time and energy. They're investing the money into me, but I'm investing the time and energy into helping, supporting, and growing their businesses so that they can really achieve the vision that they so deserve and can have, right? And the beauty of this, right? At the end of the day, what does it mean? Summary, I'm doing what I love. I love what I do. Right, doing what I love, and I love what I do. And this method works for any business at all. I mean, and I've used this method for my clients, nonprofit clients, for-profit clients, product-based businesses, service-based businesses, U.S., non-U.S. And this is why, yeah, literally, this is such an amazing method that I'm so excited to share with you guys here today and tonight on this episode of Entrepreneurship is a Marathon. And perhaps, I know there might be some people who have, maybe you're new to this and you're just what's going on here? What's Entrepreneurship is a Marathon? Well, this happens every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern with yours truly. My name is Vanessa Zammy. Yes. And the thing is that tonight we're going to go into how to unstuck your income with the business revival method. And no, it does not mean manifestation, mindset, or manipulation. We're not going into any of that tonight. We're going about tactical, actionable strategies for you to take action today on unstucking your income. And maybe someone shared this episode with you and you're saying to yourself, what is this? Or maybe you're coming across this on my YouTube channel, Vanessa Zammy, the Business Defibrillator. And if you haven't yet subscribe below. There you go, right? And maybe you're thinking about, either way, you're thinking about, what is this show about, right? Well, here's a 30-second summary before we dive deeper into your business. And if you already know what the show is about, then use this opportunity to get your notepad and your pen and all the things you need to take notes. My name is Vanessa Zammy, the best-selling author of Finish, the Solopreneur's Guide to Getting Stuff Done. I'm the creator of the Hustle and Breathe Business Accelerator, through which I consult ambitious 9-to-5ers like you on how to grow their profit-producing, purpose-driven business without the overwhelm. Your efficiency, your productivity, and profitability, so that you can reduce the overwhelm and confusion in your life. You can enjoy your life. Entrepreneurship is a marathon. And if you've chosen to step into that marathon, yes, let's go. So as I mentioned, the business revival method works for all industries, right? And we're going to go into this 5 steps to it, right? We're going to go into each of them tonight, but essentially get your notepads out. It's going to be great. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited to share with you guys. Okay, cool. Awesome. So this method focuses on you essentially pivoting strategically and intentionally, right? The purpose of the business revival method, and the reason why I go through it with my clients, is that when you're in the stage of being stuck in your business and just looking at, okay, I'm trying all these next steps, but none of these next steps are working, right? and you're just maybe spending money here and there. Maybe you're listening to people here and there. You know, business A tells you to do this thing, business C tells you to do this thing, your neighbor, you know, elemental P tells you to do some other thing. But really, this method is about how do you really hone in on what's going to be right for you in your business, right? So number one, first step is identifying what is working or identifying what has worked in your business, right? So identify what is working or what has worked in your business. The reason why I put has worked is because there's like current state, like what's working, right? But maybe you're like, but nothing's working right now. But what has worked in your business, right? If you've been in business for more than a day and you've had a place where you've had income in some sort of form, right? But what has worked in your business to really make that impact and income that you're looking for, right? Or you're closer to, right? Looking for and getting. And for those who are familiar with the show, you know, every episode we do what has been your win of the week. Yes. So this is where it's coming. You thought I forgot, but I didn't forget. No. Consistency, folks. Consistency. So what has been your win of the week, right? So think about it in terms of identify your win, right? And then look back at how you got that win of the week, right? And the win could be a income thing or an impact, right, thing that you did, or it could be both impact and income that you achieved in your business. But what has been the win that you've accomplished for yourself this week, right? Type it in the comments. Let's celebrate you. And feel free to take the moment, right? What has been your win of the week, right? And using that as your light to really help you identify what has been working for your business, or what has worked, or what is working for your business. But really think about what has been your win of the week, right? Write that out. Type it in the comments if you must. If you must. Yes. Okay, so then what happens is that, and the things that you really want to replicate success here. This is what this is about. This is about replicating success. Because it's very easy to say, okay, you know what, I've tried a bunch of different things and my business is still like at the same income and I don't get it. It's not growing. Must be time for me to quit, right? And it's very easy to say, everything must be wrong with it. Goodbye. But chances are there's something that is working, right? And so you need to understand what is that thing that is working for your business, right? Then 2 is understand what needs to be tweaked for success. What needs to be tweaked for success? One in your business actually needs to be tweaked for success, right? I say tweaked, not complete overhaul, but tweaked, right? Adjustments. And an example of how powerful and things that even minor adjustments can make a difference, right? I think back to even I was working at, you know, as a pricing strategist for a multi-billion-dollar company. And this is back in my corporate days, but essentially it was like working with the merchant teams and working with the product teams to identify even just like $10 million in opportunity just meant one little increase in like a price. That was it. That was the only tweak, right? But it was ensuring that that was the right tweak that had to be made, right, at the same time, right? So it's not just any old tweak. You want to make sure you're making the right tweak for your business. But even just a small little change, even just a small tweak could mean a couple more $100s, couple more thousands, just a couple more millions, right? Or even just a dozen more lives that you've impacted with your mission, with your purpose, with your business, with your service, with your product, right? And so it's understanding what needs to be tweaked, not overhauled, but tweaked. Just a little change here and there. And then 3 is, and if you have any point in time, you have any questions, feel free to type it here in the comments as well too. Even if you're watching a replay, I want you to put #replay and then put your question in there as well too. And so number 3, stop what has no place in your business, right? So first you identify what is working for your business or what has worked. 2, you understand what needs to be tweaked for success. So small little minor changes you can make that can have a really big impact. And then 3, you need to ensure that in order to put energy towards those things that are working or the tweaks that you're making, you need to make room for that energy, right? Think of it like you making room for the treasure, you need to get rid of the trash, right? There's stuff that's clogging up the system. In order for the water to flow, you got to ensure that something's got to go, right? And so step 3 is about stop what has no place in your business, right? And don't stop your business. Remember, we're not stopping the business. We're stopping something, the things in your business that has no place in your business, right? And so really ensuring that, yes, you identify what works. Yes, you've made tweaks for success, but now you need to ensure that you, your team, you know, if you're working by yourself or if you're working with a team of people, whatever it may be, that you are working on and putting your energy towards that 1 and that 2, right? So that means taking energy away, taking money away, taking resources away from what is literally just not working, right? But definitely not just stopping your business. So stop what has no place in your business. So now, with all that information that you have, now it's time for step 4, defining your new business plan. And I put this here because even if you've been in business for 15 years or or 15 days, right? What happens is that a lot of people think that, okay, I did my business plan on like day one and now that's it. No. And the reason why, like any smart business person will tell you, your business plan is going to change and ebbs and flows until you're at a place where it is like a stable company, etc. Right? But the thing is that at any point in time, even Fortune 500 companies, like when I was working as a strategist, right, internal consultant, or even as an external consultant, Fortune 500 companies, there was always a, okay, 3 to 5 years. Okay, this is a 3-year plan, right? And then year 2 into the 3-year plan, it's like, all right, what's the next 3 years? But there's always a look at the new business plan, right? There's always a look at what was the old business plan, what is the potential for the new business plan, and how do we rework and like edit that and shape that, right? So define your new business plan. And when I say new business plan, I don't mean a 30-page document. No. We're talking about 30-page document, a 1-page business plan, right? That's highlighting your 30-second like change maker statement. It's highlighting your differentiator, your secret sauce for your business, right? It's a snip of your CEO like story that resonates with your audience, right? It's real simple. We're not doing a whole like, whole new pitch deck here. We're just talking about defining your new business plan. And so you identify what's working for your business. You understand what needs to be tweaked for success. You're making room for that by stopping what has no place in your business. And then you're summarizing all of that into a new business plan for you and your team to take action and move forward on, right? Then what next? You got to say it and spray it. Say it and spray it, right? And what I mean by say it and spray it. So by say it and spray it, what I mean is I took notes to ensure that I'm sharing all the information I need to share with you guys here today. But essentially by say it and spray it, it's, maybe when depending on where you grew up, you might have heard like say it, don't spray it. But here we're saying say it and spray it, okay? So you want to ensure that now that you have, this new sort of marketing strategy, this new plan for yourself, this new like sort of phase of your business, right? And you've pivoted. Now it's time for you to update the market, right? Update your audience, update just things that are going on, right? And ensure that people understand what this new you is, right? What this new business is, right? It may not be completely new. Again, right? We're just talking about like, it could be just like tweaks that you made, but you need to announce those tweaks in some form or fashion. They need to be updated and ensure that the market and the world like knows about these tweaks that you made in your business, right? But either way, sort of your business is entering this new phase. And so act like it's entering this new phase and say it and spray it, right? A lot of the times it's very easy to, get stuck in just like still saying like, oh, well, I'm making the tweaks. I'm not sure it's going to work. And like, no. You need to say it and spray it, right? You need to say it and then just like let it out, right? Let it out. And so this is where it becomes necessary to have an effective content and marketing strategy, right? So within your marketing strategy, choosing the right platform for you, choosing the right messaging, right? That needs to happen for your audience, that aligns with your audience, that aligns with not only your audience, but also your new business and how you want to approach them and approach your audience in this sort of enhanced way so that you can show up and actually grow, right? And you might be thinking to yourself, Vanessa, does this actually work? Well, let's see. So I had a client, for example, Jay, right? So he's out in California and he's been a lawyer for many, many years, decades, and then decided to make a pivot into a new company for providing legal services in a different way. I'll put it that way. And so what happened was that he was doing a bunch of stuff for a couple months, asking a bunch of questions, still was lost, still trying to figure out, okay, what is missing? Don't know what, right? Something's missing, but I don't know what. And then we had a session, we chatted together, and I took him through essentially the business revival method. And this is what he had to say, right? Everything is falling into place now. Sales are starting to flow in with ease. Messaging is falling into place. Conversations are easier. My officers are coming together, right? And all of that is when I said, maybe if you see the title, if you saw the title of this episode, it said how to unstuck your income, the hustle and breathe way, right? And really, please tell me, like you're seeing the breath, right, in this message, because at the end of the day, that's really what it's about. The business revival method. And are you getting this? Let me know if you're getting this, right? The business revival method is all about getting you to a place in your business where you can continue to go back to the ease, right? You've been struggling for a little too long. You've been frustrated for way too long. You've been discouraged for way too long. It's time for you to get on the other side of that mountain, right? And get away from that discouragement, that frustration. And then we also had Josephine. So she's out in Switzerland, and she's mentioned more clarity in one session than over the last couple of months, right? And so with her place in her business was that she was in a program and she was doing a bunch of stuff for a couple of months with that program, and she still had not, something was missing, but what, right? That was a question. It was like, something is missing, but what? And she just kept searching around for that what, right? What is the thing that was missing? And through the business revival method, was able to get her to a place where she then had the more clarity, definition, direction that she needed for her coaching business, right? But that's surface based. You might be like, but Vanessa, what about the product? So Tanya here, she essentially had been in a place in her business when she came to me where she had hit, she said, I hit rock bottom so many times, listening to so many experts. And from then, it's just like, who do you listen to? Enter Vanessa at the tail end of last year, business is picking up, right? And so for her, she does like skincare, makeup, products and offers that to people to enhance their beauty so that they can feel better coming up and showing up as their authentic selves on a regular basis, right? And so for her, she had been in a place where her business, she had hit like rock bottom in her business, like literally it was just like struggle for her. But with the business revival method, what did it do? It revived her business, right? And so in working with Tanya, getting her to a place where sales were actually starting to come in again, right, on a month by month basis, and her business was actually picking up, right? And then she then was able to breathe sort of that sigh of relief from I'm hustling, but I'm also making things happen, right? And then we have Talina, right? And Talina mentions after talking to Vanessa, she helped me make that important decision to continue on the business, right? The business is thriving, just taking her advice. Vanessa helped me fill in a lot of the gaps as far as the planning of my business, where I wanted to go, and how I'll execute it. Right. And Talina is a mother of a couple of kids, one of them going off to college. It was awesome. She is now an author as well, too. And then in addition to that, she also had a separate business where she was actually a dog breeder, or she is a dog breeder, present tense. So she is a dog breeder, right? And that was essentially the business that was able to thrive for her. And we were able to get to a place where her business partner, she had lost her business partner in the beginning and it was kind of like, well, no point in doing the business, but essentially giving her the strategy and tips that she needed to continue. Now, with the business revival method, her business is now thriving, right? And that's really what it's about. That's really what this methodology is about and why I'm so excited to have been able to share that with my clients and being able to share that now with you here, right? And if you're looking to revive your business, if you want to keep moving forward and not quit on your business, if you believe in the impact you're making and the income that you are and you can generate, then schedule time with me at power.vzammy.com, right? And so I invite you into a 20-minute conversation where essentially what you're going to do is going to hop on this link, power.vzammy.com. You're going to see a calendar with some days and times. You're going to choose a day and time that works for you, right? Choose a day, choose a time, and the time zone is in your time zone, so you don't need to worry about that. It's automatic. Look at your calendar, consider the best days of the week that work for you, choose a time that works for you. Then you'll be directed to a questionnaire, sort of mini application, right? And with that, input your name and email so that you can receive the calendar invite, right? So that you can receive that calendar invite and then answer the questions, right? Which helps both of us, both me and you, to understand if we're a fit to work together, right? And then you hit submit, confirm, send. And at the time of your complimentary session, it's only 20 minutes, maximum maybe like 27 minutes. But essentially what we're going to do, we're going to hash it out. We're just going to hash out your business. We're going to do what are the challenges you're facing, what are the problems, and then I'll share a recommended path for you. And then you'll know what your next steps are for your business when it comes to utilizing and leveraging the business revival method. So if you're on the verge of quitting on your business, if you found yourself thinking, oh, maybe I should put my business on pause. Maybe it's time for me to focus back on my career, focus on something else that's not the business. But you have those thoughts, but at the same time, you have another part of your brain that's saying, but there's something more to this business. I know I'm meant for this to make this impact, right? There's an ounce of you that knows there's more to what your business can be. Then schedule a complimentary Underwhelm Your Overwhelmed business session with me, power.vzammy.com, and let's get you leveraging the business revival method to revive your business, to unstuck your income, and to take you to the next level of where you should and could be with your business, right? And if you have any questions, feel free to type it in the comments below and let's connect further. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, and we have a win. Someone typed in a win. Cindy said she received a great referral from someone she respects and she was honored and humbled by the trust. Love it. Yes, absolutely, right? Getting a referral is always an amazing, amazing blessing as well, too, right? And so, with that, actually, you know what? Listen, if you know someone who's struggling with their business, or if you know someone who has a day job in a business, if someone has come to you and said to you, they come to you and said, I'm thinking about putting my business on pause, I think I should focus back on my career. But you believe that they can make this business thing happen, then I want you to share this episode with them, right? Copy that link in the browser and just share it with them, right? Share that episode with them, send them a link, give them my email, give them the link to the console, whatever it is, right? But share this video with them so that they can keep moving forward on their business and on what it is that they're meant to do, right? Because at the end of the day, where there's a will, there's a way, right? And here, I'm here with you in this video here to show you a way and show you the way that has helped many of my clients who were stuck before, who were, doubting and in that imposter syndrome state and shiny object state and thinking about, okay, maybe I should do another business. Maybe I should pick up some other income stream. Maybe I should do some other thing. That's not the current thing that I want to focus on, right? And the chances are that that's not the answer for you. The business revival method is your way for you to get unstuck with your income, to really revive your business and take your business to the heights that it's meant to be, right? And so schedule time at power.vzammy.com and let's connect on the next steps and a clear path forward for you to keep moving forward on your business. Yes. With that being said, have a lovely evening and a beautiful night and an abundant week. Cheers. Chat soon.